Hello folks of the YouTubes. We're gonna see if we can't get a 1972 Chevy K20 running today. Let's see, this sucker is my boss and landlord's rig. Same owner of Bad Chad. If you haven't seen that video, that is a 1976 GMC C10 that we got running about 6 months ago. It's actually way over there. See, he stuck about 800 bucks in it, and then we got it running here on the YouTube channel, and then he parked it over here at his house to let it rot in the ground over here. So basically he just paid 800 bucks to have it moved to rot somewhere else on the ground. And hopefully the story is different with this one, but gosh dang, she ain't that bad. It's got these super bitchin' fender flares on it. Looks like 35-inch tires, 33s, 33 12.5s, but pretty knobby. Rough country shocks. Must be a new spanking lift in this rig. Hard to say. It ain't real crusty. It's not bad. Rockers. Got a little bit in the rockers here. It's not bad. Actually, that's a cab corner, but a little bit in the rockers. Probably lots of gravel driving on this rig, I would imagine. Some bitchin' flares in the front too. Again with the rough country shocks. I don't know about you, but those look to be upside down. Neato, gang. 72, so it's got honeycomb grill and the blue emblem. Still got glass lights in it. It's nice. Shocks are still upside down over here. Got new U-bolts in there too, so this lift kit must be pretty fresh. Sweet roll bar. That thing's sturdy. Bet Chad had all sorts of fun with that roll bar back in here. Previous owner, well, current owner, I should say, Chad, really is good at doing what he does, which is letting stuff rot on the ground. Doesn't look clean under here, but it's not rotted into the ground, so that's good. We got our super sweet exhaust. Look at that thing just hanging out. Another fender flare. I actually don't really mind these, but it kind of looks like, nope, it's not too crusty under there. Kind of like them fender flares. It actually makes it look a little tough. A little bit more of a wider stance. Cab corners over here. A little bit crusty. Rockers over here are definitely worse shape than the driver's side. Paint's faded. What do we got in here? Let's see, original paint. Let's see, it looks like a white cab, white top with a green bottom. Looks like original paint, and looks like it was redone all the way in this green, so that I can see. Windshield, definitely seen some better days. All sorts of parts. We got a new carburetor, some AC Delco, a bunch of Rock Auto packages. Wow, we got all sorts of good stuff to work with in here. Oh man, we'll have to tear all that apart and do some unboxing and see what we got to work with. Gun rack, dang. Oh yeah, sweet. Air freshener, black ice. I heard that's how you get all the chicks.
You can't score some chicks.
Speakers just sitting on the dashboard. I'm sure those are still good. 72 was the only year of the 67 to 72 body style where the rear view mirror came standard factory attached to the windshield. All the other ones came attached to the ceiling there, to the roof, or however you want to say it. Beep beep. Nice. Love cartoonage. This is a factory four-wheel drive pickup. Oh dang, rockers are a little chewy. Airflow, the vents. If you guys don't know about these vents, learn about them. It's you know, AC at its finest. So we got speakers in the door panel here. That's interesting. Never seen that tactic before. You always see them down here in the door, which is pretty shady. I don't like that because it wrecks the door. But interesting. Paint coming off on here. It's alright. It's just for show. Paint's just for show. Oh, what kind of trailer hitch setup we got going on? Dang. Just a bunch of box tubing. That's nice. We used to haul all the garbage with that back in the day, I bet. What do we got for tabs on here? 06 and 04. Been a little bit since it's been on the road. So I guess the story about this thing is Chad's old shop used to sit right back here and burned down. Farmers were burning the slough and stuff, got away from, and caught Chad's barn and burned the barn down. And well, that's kind of where this thing left off. And I think that was like 4 or 6 years ago. And Chad was working on it back then, trying to get it back on the road. And yeah, she's been off the road for a good while. So 04, it's 2021 now, so you know, we got a good off the road for 15 years.
Dang, that's a long time.
So not too bad. Corner lights, it's 72, not 72 only, but my 68 don't have it. Box is in good shape. Steel floor. Mine's got a wood floor, steel floor here, so that's kind of neat. Again, that roll bar is beefy, man. Beefy roll bar. Still got the in-cab fuel tank. I got the underbed fuel tank. Kind of nice to get that gas smell out of the cab every once in a while, you know what I'm saying? Mirror on the driver's side, no mirror on the passenger side. Not bad. Ooh, more ventilation. Free air conditioning. Boy, does it smell like bad gas in here. Standard dash, no tack. Battery temp. Oil pressure. We're missing the fan knob for the heater. That ain't gonna do no good. 4-wheel drive, 4-speed. She's in neutral. My pickup used to be a 4-speed, and then transferred it over to a 4L80E overdrive. I like shifting, but that was the cheapest way and the quickest way I could go to an overdrive at the time with the parts that I had. So that's why I went that route. But anyway, this one's still got 4-speed, 4-wheel drive, 4 low, neutral, 2 high, 4 high. Not bad. Seat cover's kind of neat. It's kind of cool. What do we got? NRA sticker. I like the gun rack. Dang, Chad. Anything up in here? Oofda. Engine starting procedure. Not gonna read all that. Mine doesn't have that on it. I usually thought that there was a 4-wheel drive sticker like right up here on the 4-wheel drives. I haven't had a 4-wheel drive one of these in quite a while. But anyway, it's good shape. Not too bad. Definitely worse ones out there. This one will be a lot better shape. We can start driving this thing again. That is for sure. Got under the hood here. Oh man. Under the hood. Pretty basic. Brand new fuel pump. I can see that from here. The battery's out of it. Battery cables have seen better days. Looks like a newer Gates hose. No flexi hoses on here. Mort's gonna be proud.
What the French?
Nice. Kind of look like newish valve covers. They're not that dusty and they're pretty shiny yet. This side is missing exhaust. I can see that from down here. Yeah, not really much to go off of. Wonder. Got any oil in it? Oh, let's see if we can do this with one hand. Oh, yeah. Gosh dang, she is full on oil. Plenty. Should be good on that account. I'm not gonna change it. Heater core still hooked up. The hose has been cut. Some of them are. Some of them got an on-off valve on them too. This one doesn't. Air cleaner's put together. That's gonna have to come off. Make sure there's no nice turds in it or nothing. Does have the heat valve, or I don't exactly know what you call that, but anyway, it lets the hot exhaust come up into the air filter so the engine warms up faster when it's cold out, like winter months and stuff like that. But blower fan looks good. Mine doesn't look that good. Wire's still on it. My wire doesn't look that good a shape either. This writing on the cowl here, that's from the factory. It's really cool to see that. Mine doesn't have it anymore. A couple of them that I've had in the past still have that writing from the factory. Nobody's decoded it to know what any of the letters or numbers mean, but it is kind of cool to see that on some of the pickups still. Power brakes. I believe it had power steering. Let's see. Got power steering. Yeah, we got power steering down here. Power brakes. Master cylinder. Proportioning valve, I believe is what that is. Wirings. Not the greatest, but it doesn't look hacked up, so that's okay, or chewed, I guess, so that's pretty good. Yeah. Well, I think next step is there are all sorts of parts in here that looks like Mr. Bad Chad has purchased for this thing. We got a carbonator, that is for sure. But we're gonna have to open up all these boxes, see what we really got going on. I forgot to open up the glove box. Oh, see if we can do that with one hand. It's always oh, I shouldn't say it's always impossible, because I just did it. Got in the glove box, anything good? Napa. Ice scraper, fuel filter maybe? Razor blade with the blade out. That's safety at its finest. Radio faceplate. Probably not for that radio. Looks like somebody hacked this one out. Not supposed to be that way. We got carburetor fuel filter. Nice. Guarantee we're gonna need that. We got some fusible link, scissors, screwdriver, antifreeze tester. Good deal. Like 2 spark plugs. I don't remember Bad Chad's video, but if you guys do, there were like 10 million spark plugs in Bad Chad when we took that sucker apart. We got another Napa. I'll bet that's a carburetor fuel filter. I bet that's what these are. Yep. Couldn't be more right. When I'm right, I'm right. A lot of people love it when I say that. All right, let's get these boxes apart and inventory, see what we got to do. Found this razor blade in the glove box, and by God, we're gonna use it. Better than the one I got, because I don't got one. What do we got in here? We got manifolds with bolts. Is that 2 manifolds? Yep.
And a spider.
2 manifolds with gaskets and bolts. And a spider. You're right, Kate. What do we got in this one? This one's heavy. Real heavy. What do we got in this order? Pads, calipers, starter, plug wires, spark plugs, brake hoses, distributor cap, distributor rotor, coil. Got all the goodies.
I wonder if it comes with a kitchen sink.
Yeah. Should.
Magnet? Oh, sick. Magnet.
Oh, that is one beefy rotor. 8 lug, because it's a K20. Nice. Real man's pickup. Carbonator. Better save. We should save that for last. It's probably the nicest, shiniest part we got in here. Brake hose. Pre-opened for us. All the parts are always there when it's pre-opened for you. Coil. But that's a starter. I'm not sure why we need a starter. Yeah, that's a starter, all right. Huh, didn't know we needed one. Apparently we do. Jeez, this is like Christmas in here. Oh, what do we got? Doesn't say. We're gonna have to open the box. Dang nabbit. Brake pads. 1 set, both sides for the front.
Brake pads.
More brake pads. Another set, both sides for the front. Okay. Interesting. I'm a little confused now. What do we got in here? Plug wires. Nice, original style. Orange ends, because race car. Caliper. All right. Those are spark plugs for sure. Don't even have to look at that. Bet that's a rotor. Sure is. Bet that's a cap. Gosh dang right, that's a cap. Sweet. We got all the ignition stuff we could ever need. And one more caliper, I'm assuming.
Good guess since it says brake parts on it.
One more caliper. Probably not new. I would guess it's refurbished. All right. Boy, do we have all sorts of goodies to play with now. Let's see. Cap, rotor, coil. It's probably where we're gonna have to start. Maybe a starter. Oh, we forgot to do the carbonator. Forgot to save that till last because that's shiny and everybody's gonna want to see it. Complete with gasket and hardware. Looks like we got wiring here probably for automatic choke, I would guess. Ooh, this is big. Oh, wow. Dang. Shiny. New. Demon carburetor. Who's it by? Holly, Street Demon. Nice. Polished aluminum. Looks like it's got a black body on it. Nice looking carburetor. We do have electric choke. Ka-chow. Ka-chow. Nice. Good deal. We're gonna have all sorts of fun with this guy. I don't know how difficult the mounting is gonna be on it, but we'll figure that out when we get there. All right, that's it. Got a lot of parts to put on. Probably start with the distributor side. Make sure we can get this thing running first. Then since we're up on top of the engine, we'll probably do carburetor there since we're there. Then we'll probably move to the other side, maybe do a starter or something like that. Then if it runs, we can do some brakes. That'd be cool. All right, guys, let's move on. I'll just forget about the vacuum line for now. There we go. Don't need that where we're going. Let's take a quick break to remind you guys, don't forget to subscribe right here below the video. I appreciate it. Thank you. You probably forgot, but that's okay because you can do it right now. All right, back to the show. A little bit of corrosion right here, and what happens is the rotor, as it's going around and collecting spark from all of these 8 points of contact, well, it's going to corrode from the electrical arc, and then oxygen's going to get into the exposed steel because it doesn't have the coating on it anymore. Then it's going to corrode. So that's what happens when they get old and used and wore out. It's just, you know, electrical components exposed to the atmosphere. So pretty normal stuff, but since we got new ones, we're going to throw it right on. We don't have to clean it up or anything. Let's go like that. We don't need this where we're going. Let's see, spring weights and everything move freely. Gotta make sure those aren't froze up because that adjusts your timing advance by centrifugal force when it's spinning around. So you gotta make sure none of that's froze up, and that all looks pretty good. They're springing back. Probably not as good as they once did, but it's working, so that's all I care about. It doesn't have points. It's got HEI, so we've got our control module in here, and I'm looking for cracks or anything in there, and I don't see it, so I think we're gonna call that good. This is our connector for that right here, so that would also be a good thing to look for corrosion and stuff, but looks good to me. We don't have a new one, so we're not gonna throw a new one in, but don't think we'll need it. Brand spanking. Should we do a little compare? Yellowed, you can tell the plastic's yellowed. It probably came white. If we look at the electrical contact right here, you can see we got some corrosion and some wore out right here, but this one's brand spanking new like it should be. Same thing with our contact point right here. You can see that we're a little wore out. We got some arc exposure right there, whereas this one, like I said, brand spanking new. So we're good to go there. I don't see any cracks or anything on this one, so that's a good sign. There is some looks like arcing or soot from arcing probably, and then a lot of grease, which is Kind of strange. Grease doesn't really contact well with electric. It really doesn't provide good continuity when you get grease in there. Let's check out our coil and our cap. Have done a few of these in my day, but none recently. There, we gotta have the spring up, which means this contact point goes down inside our distributor cap, and then our rubber gasket goes on top of that. Pretty spanking sure. Could take the old one apart to figure it out. Not gonna. Okay, and then you gotta wire this sucker, and you should wire it basically how the other one is, but make sure your black goes under one of the screws that bolts your coil to the cap. So that's going to be your ground. It's pretty important to have that. Definitely don't want to miss out on your ground. So it's gonna find ground some way, and it's probably gonna make something not so happy if it tries to find ground the way that it shouldn't. We have no ground strap in the middle on that one, and if you guys can see this here, check out the arcing on the coil. It somehow this insulation got damaged, and we've got straight arcing from one of our power wires onto the steel that this coil is on. So I guarantee whatever problem they thought they had with the distributor many years ago, that's probably where it stemmed from. So definitely our problem area. That's why this distributor was junk, and the distributor actually isn't junk, it's just the coil that is damaged. So we got new parts for it all anyway. We're gonna throw it in. So the ground does go to the middle because that slot is empty. So power on that side, ground in the middle, which is grounded through this I don't want to say bolt because it's not really what it is, more of a screw, and then we got to ground it in here too. So we are good to go on that. We just got a little bit excess wire, so we're just going to push it in just like this before we put our cap on. That way our cap doesn't crush that wire also. So should be good. I like to take off my spark plugs one at a time and then lay them out next to the new set so I get the lengths correct without having to screw around that much.
Oh, they didn't have the elbows?
These are for a points distributor. This is a coil wire, which is what you have when you have a points distributor. We have electronic ignition, so yeah, these are not correct. They may work. I'll try one and see, but these are not the correct plug wires for our application. So this is why I like to measure out my plug wires. So now we can just go like this with one of our plug wires, and we can say that this son of a gun right here is our closest match. What's the firing order again? 184366572. Just to make sure you guys understand that this is for a coil system. It came with this probably 8 or 10 inch long, I would say. Maybe it's a foot, I have no idea. Maybe it's 6 inches, hard to say. Very short plug wire. Well, it's not a plug wire, it's for your coil, and the ends are straight and don't have 90-degree boots on it, so that's how we know it's for a points distributor, which this is not. I've seen worse spark plugs in my day, but I've also seen better ones. Our timing mark is actually pretty good. If this was a race engine, we'd definitely put more timing in it, but for a street engine, we got a good timing mark on our strap. If you guys don't know what a timing mark on a strap is, you might not be able to see this on the GoPro, but see how it starts to change color right there? It goes from kind of like a brown burned to a black. Well, right where that color is changed, that's your timing mark. And the further down the strap it goes, the more aggressive you're getting with your timing. And so if you were a race engine, you'd want to, you'd want to give it a little more timing down here. And basically what it is it's just a heat mark, and the more timing, the more heat. That's loose. There's no way we were getting any spark to that. All right, first debacle, number 8 spark plug wires out of the picture. Spark plugs done. Cap, rotor, coil done. Spark plug wires, wrong parts. I think we're about capped up here on the top side of the angina. So well, the carburetor is a no-go. When you open the throttle valves, they would hit the intake manifold right here. and the body of the carburetor would hit this vacuum valve, which is, you know, right here. So you wouldn't be able to do it unless you had a spacer, which we don't have. So in order to get this running today or anytime in the near future, we are going to put the Quadrajet back on. Fun fact, this pickup used to have a 283 V8 in it. I don't know what's in it now. Used to have a 283 that was all sorts of hopped up and actually ran down the drag strip in Brainerd, Minnesota. Click. Which is where we run the Impala. So, fun fact, it's pretty cool actually. I don't know why anybody would want to race a four-wheel drive 4-speed, but still cool. Time to do a starter. Mortski's favorite thing to do, except we're not going to rebuild it, which is what Mortski would do. There's already a new or refurbished one in the box, so we're going to take this one out, slam a new one in. Easy as pie. Yeah. wrong starter.
Why?
Because this is a automatic trans starter. The bolt mounts on the top. Manual trans starters mount on the face. So here's how we're gonna test this starter. The one that the customer bought for the vehicle was for an automatic transmission. This is a manual transmission, so instead of mounting up on the block, it actually mounts to the transmission, which is here on the face. So that's why we have to test, make sure this one is actually good or actually bad. And I actually have this set up wrong. So I had that set up wrong, and now we can see if our starter is actually going to kick out or not, whereas the other side we weren't able to see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook up my negative to the battery, and then we're going to have power here at the starter. We're grounded on the case of the starter, and we've got our power side hooked up to our power, where our power cable would be. So we're going to jump the S terminal to the power, and we're going to make sure that that just kicks out of there. So that's what we're going to do right now. Hopefully we don't blow anything up, but if we do, we do. And that's normal to arc because, well, you are jumping it. Let's make sure that it works. Let's make sure we got voltage. 12.7. You've got good voltage. All right, let's try this again. Okay. We want it to work. We're not getting no workage. Oh, dang nabbit. Well, I just popped this son of a gun open, and looks like there was a house in here at one time, and wasn't my house. It's probably got something to do with why it was locked up, but guess we'll go ahead and clean her, see if we can get it to kick over. Alright, I just slammed this thing back together. You can see my pile of, well, you can probably kind of see my pile of rat, mouse garbage that came out of it. We're gonna see, this thing will light the fire now. Let's give her a ripski. Didn't really sound that happy.
Oh, but that did pop out.
Yep, we got somewhere. I don't know what take this is. Cameraman says 35, so we'll trust it. We figured out, and by we I mean not me, figured out that I assembled it wrong the first time. So now that we took it apart and reassembled it again, we're gonna let her rip to your chip. And it's gonna freaking work.
Up to the battery.
Now we got lots of juice. Big arc.
That shoots it across.
Sounds like that battery. You know when you click in your starter? Might work now. Turns out we rebuilt the starter right. Probably the third time after Cade caught me putting the fork in the wrong spot. But anyway, our battery was the problem. We hooked it up to a good battery and she spins over real nice. So whew, we're gonna go stick it back where it came from, and yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Since the battery that was in the green pickup was dead as a doornail, there was a battery in bad Chad, the 76 GMC C10. Actually, it's a C15 because it's a GMC. We went right ahead, and by we I mean Cade went right ahead. I mean cameraman went right ahead and stole the Ooh, okay. We got a slight size problem. What can we do to remedy this situation? It wasn't.
I don't know. I thought you had it to be now it is.
Dang it. Dang it. Well, folks, we turned the key on and we arced the negative battery. Gosh, that's hot. Pretty good. I don't really know why it arced or where it arced. Seemed to have a good connection. It didn't really seem to be arcing to anything, but this wire is hot up here. Down here it's not. Let's have a bad connection right here, maybe. It didn't really, gosh, I just don't know where it arced to. I mean, the cable doesn't look that great. Well, there's where it arced. It arced to this. See?
Mm-hmm. I can see it's right there. Melted it. Now I am.
Okay, let's try this again. Okay. Recording?
Yeah, this time we are.
All right, let's try this. Let me know if we get some bad electrical stuff. Key on. Look good?
Yeah, nothing sparking.
Okay, cranking, let me know. Probably just oil burning off of the new manifolds.
Yeah. Sounds good. Could use a little bit of a exhaust pipe though, so you want to get it.
Sure. No.
Did not shift it out of in four-wheel drive?
It's shifting. You can feel it clicking in and out.
Well, it runs.
I didn't do the trans. Chad did the trans.
How did he get out here? Just pushed it out here?
Yeah.
Tell Chad he has to redo the trans.
Something.
Didn't he put a new clutch in it?
Yeah. So something ain't right there. And you won't idle. This won't return all the way.
Yeah, I think you need a fourth return spring.
Yeah, I see why there's probably so many on there now. Boy, guys, that was a lot of fun. I wasn't so sure on this one. I heard some pretty bad news about you know, stuff not working, stuff not running, and stuff not being right. But boy, did we adapt and overcome. We had to find some issues. We found a shorted out coil, and we found out that the starter had to be rebuilt, and we rebuilt it 6 times instead of once because of a dead battery and me putting the fork in the wrong spot, but no, that was all right. And then we had to source a battery, and we had to put new manifolds on, which was kind of a struggle, but you know, we got it all sorted out. And we even wanted to put on a carburetor that the customer wanted to supply to us, but that didn't work either. So we adapted and overcame, and we were able to get this sucker running. I'm pretty proud of that. On the next episode, you'll either see us do brakes or get it driving, because when it's in gear, it doesn't want to move, which is kind of interesting to me. But that's about all I got. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe to Mickelson Racing Channel right here in the corner of this video, and leave a comment below if you like what we did here. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week on the Mickelson Racing Channel.